So I hate to be one of those people, but here we go. There are certain streamers on this platform, some of these people they will burn bridges, they will divide communities, they will stab people in the back for McNugget money, whilst I got Hundies in my undies.
Patriotism is dead. There's only rebels and tyrants now.
A world ready for the righteous and the pure to inherit.
Don't believe in surrenders. No, I still got my saber, Reverend. Didn't turn it into no plowshare, neither.
I'm taking over this territory.
So let's do something a little bit different. We will start with the runner-up first, which is, of course, the in-depth explanation of what McNugget money is. So, for the lesser fortunate of people out there, some people have to depend on live streaming as an income. And there's quite a lot of content creators out there that think because they fire up a open source broadcaster or a stream that this gives them right to McNugget money, the right to receive money, and to not come off as a disingenuous dickhead here. There has been people who have supported this channel through the Teespring purchases and direct donations, and that just absolutely means the world to me. And the fact that someone would go out of their way and do that is very humbling. But there are people out there, and fuck it, Negs and Ethan Ralph. These are two people who, quite frankly, brag about how much money they make streaming, and they make fun of other people who work minimum wage jobs, and they joke at people's expense of the working like man or woman, depending on who they're trying to fling shit at. But I will say this, and I even said in another video that I may make fun of people's appearance, but to make fun of someone, making their bread, like, legitimately through the use of their hands, whether it be a sandwich maker, a janitor, that is far, far more nobler and has a ring of character to it. But I'm getting sidetracked here. These streamers like to flex on their viewers. They like to flex on other people. And they do so, and they don't make a lot of money. And that's what McNugget money is. Ethan Ralph recently did a stream where he made $300, and he thought it was hot shit. But let's compare that to my situation. I do have this very shitty job. I hate it. It's minimum wage, but it's work. And I made over $500. Of course, that's over 2 weeks. A lot of sweat and blood went into that. But you know what? My character is reserved. And that was money I made just on my own. And that's not to take away from the donations and purchases on the Teespring, of course. But I'm just saying that money is noble. I earned it. And I didn't have to burn down my community. I didn't have to betray other content creators. I didn't have to betray friends and families for the sake of content and to have something to talk about. So that's what McNugget money is. These people who are streamers, they really think they're dabbing on people. But in reality, they're no more different than a beggar on the street. They're no more different than, uh, a beggar on a street corner. Well, actually, no, that's not fair to beggars on the street corner because at least they're putting themselves out there in the cold and the weather. No, these streamers are more like, pardon the expression here, they're more like whores. And not the fun kind either. They're like the kind that would lead you on and steal your money without nothing being exchanged. Recently, too, there was a streamer that was, I'm not going to get into specifics, but there was a streamer that was making fun of someone's situation in life where they had been fired. They had been let go from their work because another streamer called the supervisor and his boss. And the same streamer was like, "Oh, you can't prove this. You can't prove X, Y, and Z. You can't prove this. You're just saying this to get grifts and donations." But the same person who was doing this had $3 talk or text to speech or speech to text or whatever. And so this person who's throwing shit and judging another person for alleging that another content creator got fired from work was taking donations and grifts, making fun of this other content creator's situation. So what I'm trying to say is there's these streamers that they'll stab people in the back, they'll make fun of people in harsh, terrible situations, because that's their keynote. That's the only content they got. And they stoop to no level. There's no level that they won't stoop to. There's no amount or how low they won't go. And that to me is sad. And that's the very term of McNugget money. These people, it's funny. It'd be easier for them to find a minimum wage shit job. It would be easier. Swear to God. It would be. But these people, it's the easiest, hardest way, if that makes sense, for them to make money. And the fact that Negs is betraying a lot of people in this community, he's throwing people under the bus. He threw Flaming Amy under the bus, Sylvana, not so much me for some reason, because I don't know, but now they'll probably change. But this is a guy who's absolutely shit in his own nest, and he's wondering why it stinks. It stinks because you did this to yourself, dude, for the sake of, $e. And just real quickly, if there's one thing that Life of a Free Spirit and Neg share, if there's one thing that they both share, is that they both play the victim card. Whenever someone has an opposing opinion, when someone ever points out something that they did, or it could be literally anything, they pull out the victim card. Next, we'll go, you're taking my bread. You're stealing my fucking beans. And of course, Life of Free Spirit would do the same thing, where it's all these goddamn Nazis and these racists. Ooh, I'm a victim. I'm being bullied. So that's one thing that kind of links them together. So regardless of Hater Nation, Negative Nation, if you guys don't know, I broke camp from Negative Nation for some time. A while ago. Negs has turned out to be quite the terrible human being. And he's a grown-ass man. I would figure a grown-ass man would have some form of decorum, honor, and character. He might still have some. But anyways, that's enough of that. Let's move on to the next topic you guys voted for. So, I just realized in post-editing, this mic quality is terrible. It's a $20 mic that I was just trying out. So you guys can let me know if it's unbearable, and I'll switch back to the snowball microphone. Anyways, for the main part of the poll video that you guys vote for is a harsh opinion on Boogie, and we're just gonna. I already fixed this video. The first 5 minutes is him complaining and whining that nothing is his fault, that everything he has done is Frank Castle's fault and everyone else's fault. Typical criminal behavior. this is typical, criminal opinion. Nothing is ever their fault. They're a victim. They've been set up. But I did fix the first 5 minutes. I sped it up and added a little sound effect. God, I'm such an asshole. Anyway.
I live streamed tonight and I said something fairly controversial, and since I know that's probably going to end up trending somewhere, I may as well just go and put it here in a Twitter.
Or just have a spine. Back up what you say. Don't apologize for shit all the time. If you have an opinion, just say it. Don't apologize. But that's Boogie's problem. Is he'll be cringy. He'll play like this hard, cringy guy, and then he'll go back and apologize on it because he's a fence sitter. That's how he's made his career. When it comes to politics, he rides that fence in the middle. He'll lean left when it's popular to do so. He'll lean right when it's popular to do so. And he plays that pony. He's kind of a centrist in that way. Whereas me personally, I can respect someone who's like a hardcore communist. I can respect someone who's a soy boy Antifa. I can respect someone who is hard right on certain issues. Of course, I can't say any particular words, especially here on YouTube's, and plus, anyways, yeah, he doesn't have a hard opinion on anything, because that's how he's made his career for as long as I can remember, or the small times I have watched him.
Video, right? Get it over with. But somebody in chat, I was talking about the legal problems that I'm facing, maybe taking a plea deal, maybe going to court, and somebody's like, it sucks because that other guy just won, right? And I said, yeah, that's one way of looking at it. This guy kind of won because he showed up at my property, he harassed me, told me he was going to rape me up my ass and called me the N-word and called me an F-A-G-G-O-T and never got brought up on any charges.
And what would those charges be, Boogie? Hurting your feelings? Like, what would be those charges, asshole? Because he hurt your feelings? Yeah, sure. He said he was going to do things to your fart box. But I think everyone knows that that's just, well, that's kind of a fucked up thing to joke about. I'm not gonna lie, but everyone knows that Frank Castle wasn't really going to violate Boogie's fart box, clearly. And Frank Castle, if you've ever been privileged enough to see your content, his job is to get people to react. And that means he'll go to any lengths to get people to react. And he gets people to react and he finds it funny. And he's like a super troll. And that's how he makes his bread, I guess. And so he went to Boogie, he said all the stuff. And of course, Boogie came out with a gun and fired a warning shot, which he broke the law. Boogie was the one that fired the gun. It's not like Frank Castle kicked the door in and forced Boogie to fire a gun. Boogie is the idiot here. Frank Castle may be an asshole, but Boogie here is an idiot because he discharged a firearm in public. But of course, Boogie's gonna sit here and claim victim.
And made money doing it, right? That's one way of looking at it.
Isn't that what you do? You've covered drama before. You've covered the mud and mire of other people before, shithead. So why is it different when someone does it to you? You see, there's also this thing with these big YouTube personalities that they think that they can comment. Comment and shit on everything. But that they're off limits. Ethan Ralph has done this. Cog has done this. Literally any streamer or YouTube personality has done this. But yeah, it's just funny when the joke's on them. It's not so fucking funny, is it?
And now here I am facing legal troubles, spending money defending myself.
Yeah, because you're a fucking idiot. You discharged a firearm in public, not too far from a school zone. That's on you, dipshit. And you can't sit there and play, oh, I was a victim, I was this or that. It doesn't change the fact that you discharged a weapon in a neighborhood.
That's one way of looking at it. But there's another way of looking at it, and this is how I choose to look at it. I'm still here, motherfucker. I haven't heard from that guy in a year. I don't think I will. I don't know if he's even making content anymore. I don't.
Liar, you've been checking up on this shit. If you don't know, Boogie is on online 90% of his existence. He'll sit there and complain about it. He'll sit there and complain about, I was on YouTube and the internet, so I go to bed and then I wake up and I'm back on the internet. Well, bitch, stop complaining and do something about it. Go outside. Take a camping vacation. Call up the authorities or police and be like, hey, I'm going on vacation for a few days. You can find me here. If you need to continue or talk to me for legal reasons or if there's a court date or whatever. But Boogie isn't like that. There's a lot of these personalities on YouTube. I'm not going to get into any more specifics, but they always do this shit. They always whine, complain, and bellyache because it's easier to do that than to actually put in the hard work and change your environment, to change your life, to change your existence. That's too much fucking hard work. When they can just sit there and complain, whine, say they're a victim, say they're being harassed and harangued, because that's just simply easier. These people are lazy, and these people have self-esteem issues. They probably obviously have mental health issues too. But let's keep going.
I don't know if anybody gives a shit that he exists, but when I live stream,
Really, if no one gave a shit that he exists, why are you mentioning him and being like, oh, I don't care about this guy? Even though previously, for 5 minutes, you were talking about him. Familiar. It seems oddly familiar. Where have I heard that before?
200 people still show up, right?
Yeah, 200 people in the live stream. Whoa, buddy. Watch out there.
When I make a video, 25K still watch it.
Yeah, because YouTube, you've been in the game for so long, you're literally up YouTube's ass. You're like the colon of YouTube. Your content's going to pass out the butthole because you've nailed the algorithm, and YouTube's going to promote you regardless. You know, it's not that you're some, ace interesting guy. You're kind of like a bitch. My personal opinion. It's not that. It's that people more than likely hate watch you, Boogie. And there's a lot of people who watch you out of a morbid curiosity. It's not that you're some ace content creator funny guy. I mean, Francis was funny, but you don't do that shit anymore for some reason, which is weak.
Right? I'm still here because one of the reasons I'm so fat is so that I can absorb the abuse that people.
No, never mind. I won't be an asshole.
Thrown at me. And this motherfucker was just one person in a long line of people that lined up to abuse me in my life.
Pat your dog. Pat.
And I think this clip was from Sunrise Productions. Or no, Clip Minion. It's actually from Clip Minion. Thank you, Clip Minion. Thanks for posting this shit so we can have crap to react to. Yeah, that's Boogie. He's a guy who's profited off of the woe is me, I'm a victim game. Like Life of a Free Spirit, like Negs, that's how they make their bread. If they really want to improve their lives, it would just take a little bit of elbow grease. If they want to get out of the existence that they hate so much, it would just take a little bit of effort, like a modicum of effort. And they could get out of this streaming existence that they hate so much. But I don't know. That's just me. And a lot of these people are terrified because, not to sound like other people, but these people were right. The only existence they have is streaming and talking shit and drama on the internet. You know, other people have lives and have things to do. But what terrifies these people the most is that they'll lose their big nugget money. They'll lose the one thing they're good at, and that's being assholes on the internet. And I'm speaking for myself, too, but my difference is I don't need to depend on this for a living, thank God. But yeah, that's why these people are so wound up all the time. But if I had advice to give to Negs, Life of Free Spirit, and some of these other streamers, it would be like, find a hobby, go outside, find other things to do, find a small job somewhere, and enjoy the fruits of your labor. Like, I don't know, or read a book or something. Shit. Um, anyways, that will be it for this community poll video. Hopefully the audio quality wasn't too shitty. But if it was, this will be the only video. If you guys say like the quality is too bad, then I'll just use this for other things, and I'll switch back to the Blue Yeti Snowball. And yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by. Leave a like, leave a dislike, comment your thoughts below. And thanks for watching. Thanks for all the support. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video or podcast or whatever. See you guys next time.